Hey, what's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to talk about something that's been requested of me a ton, the USDA Direct Single Family Housing Program, so stay tuned. Well, like I said, we're discussing the USDA Direct Single Family Housing Program in today's video. This is a program for the USDA Rural Development Home Loan that allows people, borrowers, potential home buyers, to purchase a house if they have low to very low income. And the benefits of this program, which we're going to cover, are that typically it's more affordable to use this program than it is other loan programs. One of the things that I love about USDA is that it doesn't have a down payment. It's also very, very competitive in terms of interest rates, even the standard rural development loan program. And as you're going to see here in a moment, the single family direct is even better because they subsidize the interest rate. They subsidize how much you actually have to pay, but it is an income restricted thing, and it does change based on either your city or the county or parish that you live in. And so the single family direct housing program is awesome for those that are going to qualify. So without further ado, let's jump in and let's take a look at that and see what that looks like. I'm just on the USDA Rural Development's website, rd.usda.gov. I'll put the link in the description of the video. But when you get to this page, this is the Single Family Housing Direct Home Loan Program. You select your state. I've selected my state of Louisiana. You can also click here and it will give you like a quick fact sheet about the program, which can be super helpful. But I'm going to use this as it's a little bit easier to see for everyone. In fact, I'm going to blow it up a good bit here. So the 502 Direct Loan Program assists low and very low income applicants and helps them to obtain a decent, safe, and sanitary housing in eligible rural areas. Right? Payment assistance is also provided. So who may apply for this program? It's a number of factors are considered when determining an applicant's eligibility for single family direct home loans. At a minimum, applicants interested in obtaining direct loan must have an adjusted income that is at or below the applicable low limit for the area where they wish to buy a house, and they must demonstrate a willingness and ability to repay the debt. That's a way of them saying you got to have a job, you got to have income that's provable, and you have to meet their debt to income requirements, right? So that's who can apply for this program. And then I'm assuming one of these has to be true. You have to be without decent, safe, or sanitary housing, be unable to obtain a loan from another source, agree to occupy the property as your primary residence, have the ability to get a loan, the legal capacity, the mental capacity, be a citizen, and not be suspended from doing business with the government. And of course, everything else about USDA loans has to be the same as well, has to be under the area loan limit, which would be more than anyone would get using this program, and not be designed for income producing activities. So you cannot use this and then rent the property out. There is an income eligibility tool that you can use that will tell you if you qualify. There is also a site, and I will link all of these, like I said, in the description, where you can see if specific properties are eligible in your area for this particular loan program. So let's talk about the income limits that you need to meet. So the income limits were just revised this year. So I'm looking at Louisiana because Louisiana is easy because pretty much all of the areas have a very similar, if not close to the same. Of course, as I say that, I'm seeing some discrepancies. When it comes to the low income and the very low income bucket, there is some changing as far as from area to area, where you don't see that in the moderate, which is the standard USDA Rural Development Loan Guidelines. You do see that here. So if you wanted to qualify, you need to be in low or very low income. So if you're in Baton Rouge, for instance, that's $56,500 a year in a 4 or less person household, or very low is $35,300 a year. And if you wanted to qualify for the 38-year term, which we'll talk about here in a second, you need to be at $42,350 in the Baton Rouge area. And then you can see that is Assumption Parish. I'm sorry. So for the Baton Rouge Metro, which you wouldn't be in because you wouldn't be buying a home in the Baton Rouge Metro because there isn't anything eligible. You'd have to go outside. But I assume this would be like maybe St. Francisville and stuff like that. Anyways, you go through this list, right? So when you go through and you get to this page, sorry, let me click this and make it a lot faster. You select your state, and then whatever state you're in and whatever county you're in, or if you're in an MSA, then it's going to tell you what the income limit is. Now, this is gross household income. So this is the gross income of everyone that works in the home. You have to meet these in order to qualify for the loan, just as a general rule of thumb. You have to purchase a home just like regular USDA in an eligible area, right? Now, here's what's really cool. Again, I can't offer this program. I'm simply providing it as informational purposes, but here's what's cool. So as of September 1st, they offer a lower rate than what you're going to get on the market. So it was fixed at 4.125% for low income and very low income borrowers. And some may even qualify for a modified payments assistance where they actually pay the payment for you. It can be as low as 1%. You also have from 30, it's typically 30 years, but with this, you have the option to get a 33 to 38 year payback period for very low income applicants who can't afford the 33-year-old loan term. So how much is the down payment? There isn't one. There's no down payment required on this program. And the way that you're going to apply for this program is by going to your local rural development office. So when you click this link, it'll take you to a place where you can see all the different offices. And usually most cities, especially larger ones, are going to have a USDA office somewhere around them. So this is a good program. This is a really great program for those that are low to moderate income that can't afford to purchase a home with the current rates because of their income. You can utilize this USDA Direct 502 Direct program to purchase a home with no down payment in a rural area. And remember, USDA typically defines rural as 25,000 people or less living in that area. And so a lot of suburbs will qualify. You're not going to be able to live inside the city limits of most cities, but anything else on the outskirts, anything in the suburbs typically is going to qualify. Unless it's a smaller city, then it might qualify. But 25,000 citizens or less population size typically going to qualify for the USDA Rural Development Home Loan. All right, so that's been the Single Family Direct Housing Program. Now you kind of see what it does and who can qualify and all of that stuff. But let's talk about it for a second. So just because you qualify for that program doesn't mean you're necessarily going to want to use it. One of the things that you need to consider is that because you're applying directly with the Rural Development Office, things will typically move slowly. So when you work with the lender, they want to get paid and they want to get your loan closed quickly. And so they're going to push things through. With this program, it can take 45, 60, 90 days or more, from what I've heard from people that have told me that have gone through it, to get this loan closed. That might put you at a disadvantage in a competitive market. So if you're buying a house in a market, or if you're trying to buy a house where there's a lot of different offers on the table, you might have difficulty getting your offer accepted when you tell them you need 90 days to close. And so this program is great. And if you can find the right deal, especially if you can find it like where someone is selling by owner or something like that, and you don't have to deal with real estate agents and different things like that, it can be a great program. And so I would encourage all of you that watch this, if you qualify for it because of your income, at least go down there and talk to them and find out if you qualify and figure out the process, because it could help you become a homeowner a lot quicker. Now remember, this is a program that I can't help with and no other lender can help with. You've got to go directly through the USDA, through their local rural development office. So I hope this video has been helpful to you. A lot of people have requested and called and reached out to us to talk about it, so we did. That's the USDA Single Family Direct Housing Program. Hey, if you have questions about mortgages, drop me a comment, let me know. Please like the video. And if you're not subscribed, which most of you aren't, please subscribe to the channel to tell YouTube that we're putting out good stuff. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.